Hi, thanks for tuning in today. I want to talk a little bit today about the power of teamwork and the role that we play on teams. When I was a little kid, I wanted to play football so bad, and I wanted a real uniform. So for Christmas, when I was 6 years old, I got a Joe Namath uniform from the toy store. I put my footy pajamas on, put my uniform right over those footy pajamas on Christmas morning, and I ran out in the backyard. And I would be everything in the field. I would be the announcer. Hello, everyone. This is Joe Valerio reporting from Joe Valerio Stadium. And I was the coach, and I was the quarterback, and I was the star receiver. I was even the center on the team who would hike the ball to his roommate and best friend, Joe Valerio. And I would line up under center, and I would look down the field. In my yard, I grew up in a twin row home that it was a perfect football field. It was twice as long as it was wide, and my mom had a clothesline hanging in the backyard, and it looked like a little stadium, and those were my goalposts. There was a row of weeds that was the goal line, and I would get under center, imaginary center, and I would call the signals and be like, Joe Valerio, star quarterback, taking his team down the field to score the game-tying touchdown in Super Bowl III. And I would hike the ball to myself, I would look down the field, and I would throw it high up in the air, and I would run under it and catch it, and Joe Valerio has the ball at the 20, the 10, and I would dive over the row of weeds, and I would score the game-tying touchdown in Super Bowl III. Then I would bring out my kicker, Joe Valerio. Coach, send him out. And out would come Joe Valerio, and I'd make a little T mark in the ground, and I would kick the ball towards that goal post, that's clothesline where my brother's, wash socks were hanging and my dad's t-shirts, and I would kick the ball, and if it went under the post or over to the right or above, it really didn't matter. You know why? They were all good because I was the referee too. So I was everything on the field. And I would kick the game-winning field goal in Super Bowl III, and I would jog around. Where are you going, Joe? I'm going to Disney World. And my grandma would have the Chunky's Campbell soup waiting for me inside, just like Donovan McNabb and Michael Strahan's grandma and mom. But the reality of it was that when I signed up for football as a 7-year-old, the first time I ever went to competitive football, I went to a combine, and the coach, Ron Mahoney, Coach John Ward, my little league coaches put us through a workout, and they had us blocking and tackling and running and jumping and catching and throwing, and we're going through this tryout, and they're trying to figure out where we're going to fit best on this new team that is forming. And the coach would say, okay, Bobby, get in there at running back. I'd be like, Coach, Heisman pose, right here, come on. Okay, Billy, get in there, quarterback. I'd be like, Coach, have you seen this golden arm? Okay, Timmy, get in there at wide receiver. I was like, Coach, I have hands of gold, come on. And what would happen is we would go position by position, and finally he got to the last position, and he said, okay, Valerio, get in there at right guard. And I was like, right guard? My dad has deodorant called right guard. I didn't know what a guard was, let alone the right one. But what that did is that set me on a path of understanding what my role was going to be on the team. So I went home, I rode my bike home, and I got inside the house, and my dad, who was sitting at the table, said, hey, son, how did football practice go today? And I said, well, Dad, I'm a little disappointed. I'm going to play on the line. And he said, son, that's great. You have a spot on the team. And I said, but Dad, when am I going to get my name announced for doing something good, like scoring a touchdown or running the ball or making a tackle? And he said, son, you're probably only going to get your name announced on the loudspeaker for doing something bad, like a holding call or a face mask or jumping off sides. I said, Dad, I don't want to get my name called for penalties. He said, but son, that's going to be your role on the team. And you're going to have to find joy in that. And you're going to have to find joy in giving everything you have and being the best lineman that you can be. Thank goodness for those coaches, John Ward and Ron Mahoney, for putting me on the offensive line. I never would have had a 6-year career in the NFL had I not been an offensive lineman. I didn't, when I ran the 40-yard dash, they clocked me on a calendar. So being part of a team is understanding what your role is, understanding that you need to be the best at that you can. And as a lineman, I learned to find joy in helping other people score touchdowns. I did ultimately get my name announced for doing something good by scoring 4 touchdowns in the NFL, but it was a long time coming. So find joy in your role. Find joy in helping people score touchdowns, and really find joy in being part of the team. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time.